Jamaica dominated both finals, but not in the same way. This video dives into the key differences between the 2022 and 2025 4x100-meter relays, analyzing tactics, baton exchanges, and the moments that decided everything.
Guyana is not there, unfortunately. No Tiana Springer, no Narissa McPherson. They're going to be running the 4x4 mixed, hopefully a little bit later. We've got Antigua and Barbuda withdrawing as well, and Barbados.
So, Bahamas, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, British Virgin Islands, Grenada, Guadeloupe, and Martinique. The teams set to take part here. British Virgin Islands. Oh, wow, they would love to have a Deja Hodge now. That's Amia Todman for the BVI. Here's the lineup from the inside. Grenada, Martinique, British Virgin Islands, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, Guadeloupe, and Bahamas. 7 teams going in this final.
And Todman on that third leg with Soleil Frederick.
Trinidad and Tobago team. They have the Frederick sisters, one would suppose. They also have Symphony Patrick to choose from.
Khadija Pickering, I think, may be leading off for them.
Jamaica being led off by Habiba Harris, the 12.95 sprint hurdler, takes the opening leg for the Jamaicans. They are expected to have a fine team. Tiana Lee Terrelong, Sabrina Dockery, Shania Douglas possibly in their lineup as well. Guadeloupe. Guadeloupe will be in lane number 6. They have...
You see on your screen there, will be leading off for Trinidad and Tobago. The Frederick twins will go second and third.
Set.
Cleanly away this time for the 4x100 final for under 20 girls. Trinidad and Tobago up well with Symphony Patrick. Abiba Harris runs a good first leg for the Jamaicans as well. The Jamaicans change safe and first. Tiana Lee Terrelong, the 100 silver medalist, goes flying by Frederick. Jamaica ahead of Trinidad and Tobago. Here's the change for the Jamaicans. Soleil Frederick on the third leg for Trinidad and Tobago, but it's Jamaica with the advantage. This is where the battle is expected to be. Here's the final change. Jamaica ahead of TNT. Down the home stretch they come. Trinidad and Tobago trying to close, but the Jamaicans pull away through Shania Douglas. 43-61. Another terrific performance by the black, green and gold. That's 3 in a row in the relays. They are on course for another sweep at the CARIFTA Games. They swept the 1500s yesterday, and they are very much on course in the 4x100s. Pickering taking home Trinidad and Tobago to a well-deserved silver medal.
Trinidad and Tobago, and of course the ladies from the Bahamas in second and third. Trinidad and Tobago 44 points.
There's the lineup. Barbados, Grenada, Guadeloupe, British Virgin Islands, Bahamas, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, and Haiti.
Uppermost in Neely's mind in both of the interviews was about winning the medal for Bahamas. Country first, as always with him.
Fantastic. Guadeloupe will go in lane number 3. Melody Melfort, 3.56, will be on anchor for them. Alika Herwood to lead off for Barbados. 8 teams in the final. There's Shania Douglas, the anchor leg for Jamaica. She's already won the 100 meters. She is favored for the 200 meters. She would love to leave here with triple gold, which would mean helping her team to the 4x100 gold medal. Let's start in lane number 8 with Haiti, and in lane number 7 Trinidad and Tobago with Joseph, Soleil Frederick, Theodore and Sanaya Frederick. The Jamaican team, Sabrina Dockery, last year's 100 champion, Tiana Marshall, the sprint hurdler, Abigail Wolf on 3rd, and Shania Douglas, the 100 champion, to take them home. The Bahamas in lane number 6 with Kylie Wallace, Shatalia Dorset, the 100 bronze medalist, Kaylee Davis and Jemiah Nabi, who anchored them to mixed 4x4 gold last night, anchoring them tonight at 4x100. The British Virgin Islands with Daly Augustine Johnson and Shira Stout. Then Guadeloupe in lane number 3, Ossine Saint-Hilaire, Vanukia, Francois and Melfort. Grenada in lane number 2 with Augustine, Houston, Belfon and Shade John. And Barbados on the inside, Alika Herwood, Anaya Nurse, Shayla Clark and Kadia Rock, the 400 silver medalist. Sabrina Dockery, the Jamaican, false started in the 100 meters. In the final, she's on lead off. .11.08 over the 100 meters. She is very, very fast. That was a long hold. And I can imagine many breaths as well.
They were more nervous in the crowd than the runners.
You hope so. And they go again. Final of the under 20 girls 4x100 relay. In their set positions. Sent off. Dockery got up brilliantly for the Jamaicans. Look at her move away from the Bahamas and close in on Trinidad and Tobago. The Jamaicans make this change successfully. Soleil Frederick running well down the back stretch for Trinidad and Tobago, but Tiana Marshall holding her own for Jamaica. Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago. The Jamaicans slightly ahead. The Bahamians coming through as well. Here they come to the final change. Shania Douglas has the baton, and she is well clear for the black, green and gold. The Bahamians in second. Sanaya Frederick closing fourth for Trinidad and Tobago. Jamaica gold. Bahamas silver and Trinidad and Tobago bronze. 42.93. That is sensational from the Jamaicans. The second time in the history of the CARIFTA Games, if it holds up, that we will get sub 43 in the 4x100 final. 43.65 it's been adjusted to. It almost seemed too good to be true. It is still a sensational performance, mind you. The Jamaicans deliver on a terrific lead-off leg from Sabrina Dockery.
Second leg, Trinidad and Tobago had started to get closer to the Jamaicans, but after that it was all over really. Jamaica forging ahead in that third leg. but Trinidad and Tobago holding on to get the bronze medal. That's the third straight bronze medal for Trinidad and Tobago in the relays. 2 gold medals so far for Jamaica. Bahamas, a gold and 2 silver medals. Those have been the 3 dominant countries so far in these relays.
The Trinbagonians celebrate the Frederick twins alongside Sierra Joseph and Naomi Theodore. But look at that start from Sabrina Dockery. It's as good a start as you'll see in a 4x100 final. Handing off to Tiana Marshall. Was a brilliant second leg from Soleil Frederick for Trinidad and Tobago. Abigail Wolf running the third leg for the Jamaicans. Hasn't run yet at these championships, so a first outing for her. The final change not perfect for the Jamaicans, but they were so far ahead, and the 100 champion tearing down the home stretch, desperate for a fast time, 43.65.
Well, for the home interest, Trinidad and Tobago held that second place until the changeover into the last leg. It wasn't the smoothest of changeovers, and that's where Bahamas went ahead to take the silver.
Confirmation, Jamaica winning the under 20 girls 4x100 final, 43.65. Bahamas in second at 44.
The under 20 girls 4x100 meters relay at the CARIFTA Games, whether in 2022 or 2025, told the same story in different ways. Jamaica's sprinting machine continues to dominate, but the path to victory revealed subtle shifts in competition, execution, and emerging challengers across the Caribbean. In 2022, the final highlighted Jamaica's structural superiority. Even before the gun, the field had already been weakened. Key nations like Guyana, Antigua and Barbuda, and Barbados did not start, while the British Virgin Islands were missing their top sprinter. This immediately reduced the level of resistance Jamaica would face. Still, what made that performance remarkable was not just the absence of rivals, but the precision with which Jamaica executed every phase of the race. Cabra Harris opened with explosive intent, combining her hurdling strength with sharp acceleration to establish an early advantage. From there, the race became a demonstration of controlled dominance. Tien Tarong, already a proven individual medalist, delivered a powerful backstretch that effectively broke the race open. Sabrina Drysdale maintained that momentum, and by the time the baton reached Shanoya Douglas on anchor, the outcome was no longer in doubt. The defining feature of that race was perfection. Clean baton exchanges, smooth transitions, and a team that looked technically superior at every step. Fast forward to 2025, and the picture becomes more competitive, more dynamic, and far more tactical. This time, 8 nations lined up, and from the opening leg it was clear that Jamaica would not have a completely uncontested path. The Bahamas and Trinidad and Tobago emerged as genuine threats, both showing the depth and preparation needed to challenge Jamaica's dominance. Sabrina Doc's opening leg for Jamaica immediately set the tone. Her start was not just fast, it was decisive. She created early pressure, forcing other teams to react rather than execute their own race plans. However, unlike in 2022, Jamaica did not instantly break away. Trinidad and Tobago, through Kai Frederick, responded aggressively on the second leg, briefly closing the gap and injecting real tension into the race. This is where the contrast between the two finals becomes most evident. In 2022, Jamaica's lead expanded smoothly and uncontested. In 2025, every phase required composure under pressure. Tiana Marshall's second leg was crucial, not because it extended the lead significantly, but because it prevented Jamaica from losing control at a critical moment. Her ability to maintain rhythm and deliver a clean exchange ensured that Jamaica stayed in a position of strength. The decisive shift came on the third leg. Abigail Wolf, making her debut at this level, delivered a performance that mirrored the confidence of a seasoned sprinter. Her run didn't just maintain the lead, it subtly extended it, creating the separation Jamaica needed heading into the final exchange. By the time Shanoya Douglas received the baton, the race had tilted firmly in Jamaica's favor. Douglas, A common link between both finals once again demonstrated why she is such a reliable anchor. In 2022, she finished a race that was already won. In 2025, she closed out a race that had been contested, absorbing pressure from the Bahamas and Trinidad and Tobago while maintaining control to secure victory. Ultimately, the comparison between these two races reveals an evolution. The 2022 performance was a showcase of dominance through technical excellence and superior depth in a relatively weakened field. The 2025 final, however, was a test of resilience, composure, and adaptability under real competitive pressure. Jamaica's supremacy remains unquestioned, but the nature of that supremacy is changing. It is no longer just about being faster. It is about executing under pressure, responding to challenges, and maintaining excellence even when the margin for error becomes smaller.